don't know how many of you that have got Erbs Palsy or any other kind of disability were picked on when you were at school. Generally speaking, I had a pretty good experience at school, but there was a school that I went to for a couple of years, and I felt really out of place. You know, I wasn't. The pupils that were there weren't really from my world. Really, they were they're quite snooty, should we say, and it just didn't resonate with me. You know, and we didn't see eye to eye, and I was, I guess, an easy target because the people that I was around, they would pick on some of the things and make you feel really shit about it. I'd never really kind of looked at my arm up until that point as being any different, and they had a name for me, which I'm not gonna say now, but that stuff has stuck with me. You know, I think about that, and you know, I'm 40, and the way that some of those boys acted and the way that some of those kids treated me, they might not really have thought anything about it, but things like that can really affect you and have and again, you know, I've spoken before about limiting beliefs about yourself, and maybe deep down some of those things stuck with me and gave me those limiting beliefs about myself. It's hard to shake that stuff, and so what I'd say to people that have been through that is try really, really hard to know that you are not what those people are saying. It can be really hard to believe that about yourself, but a lot of that stuff comes from fear. You know, they don't understand, or they're just trying to make themselves feel better about themselves, or it's just complete ignorance. And I think as I've gotten older, when I reflect on that, kids say stuff and they don't realise what the effect that they have on people long term, because you're kids and they're trying to be funny, or they're just thinking they're cool. But now, you know, like 30 odd years later, it shouldn't matter, and it doesn't matter anymore. You know, I kind of like, every now and again, I do think about those things, but it doesn't have the effect on me that it did. And again, trying to work on that is really, really, really important. As I've always said, that, you know, working on yourself is a continuous journey. It never stops. Today, what I'd like to do is a 1-minute mindfulness exercise, and if you've never done it before, that's absolutely fine. You'll have to excuse that I've got a dog in the background who's snoring, so if you do hear any snoring, that's my beagle, who's currently sat on the sofa enjoying a nice snooze. But this is going to be a very simple practice. So what I'd like you to do is, if you're comfortable, just to gently close your eyes, sit up straight if you can. But then equally, if you're on a underground, or if you're somewhere where you can't do that, that's absolutely fine. Or just pick a spot in front of you. That's all you need to do. And all you're going to do is breathe in 4, hold it for 4, and breathe out 4. Breathe in 4, hold it for 4, and breathe out 4. And you're going to do this at your own pace. This has to be your own pace. And any thoughts that come in, just bring your attention back to breathing in 4, holding for 4, and exhaling in for 4. And you can do that anywhere. And although that's not going to cure any sort of things that you've got about bullying or anything like that, it's a very, very simple and a very important basic mindfulness practice that, if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, it's bringing your awareness to your breath. It's that thing that keeps us alive every single day. So give it a go. When you're waiting for a bus, waiting for a taxi, whatever you're doing, just breathe.